interested in teaching, not because of the money and all. So it's my personal interest to teach, not only Java, anything, whatever I want to learn, I wanted to teach that. So I've been working with Ashok IT from past 2 years. I have taught core Java, advanced Java, data structures and algorithms, design patterns, threads, collections, 8, 9, 11, Java 8, 9, 11. So these are the various batches I taught, around on an average around 25 to 30 batches I have taken so far. So this is a brief introduction about myself. And coming to the today's class, so we are going to learn internals of a collection. So this is a part 1. Next week, the part 2 and part 3 will be coming. So we cannot cover everything in a single class, right? So that's the reason I have split this entire workshop into 3 parts. Today, we are going to take the first part, and next Saturday, second part, and next Sunday will be the third part. So in the part 1, we will get started with what is a collection framework and what is an array list. Okay. So without any delay, let's get started, guys. So I've just created a Eclipse workspace. It's a plain workspace. First, I'm creating a Java project. Click on New, Other, Java project, click Next. So I'm just naming the project name as Collection Internals. And then I'm taking the workshop Java 1.8. You can use anything, but for time being 1.8 I'm using. And then let's click on Finish. So Java project has been created. Okay. Now, so let me create a package. So the way I explain the things is with the practical implementation, guys. So that's the reason I'm directly, instead of writing somewhere and then instead of telling you the theory, so I wanted to teach you guys through the programmatic approach. Ashok IT. So first we'll list internals. So it should be all small letter. Package name should be small letter. List internal. So I just created a package called list internal. Okay. Now, I'm just creating a class called list example. Now, before getting started, so everyone know that there is a collection framework is available in Java. So can someone tell me what is the need for collection framework? You can provide your answer in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and speak. What is the need for collection?
Collection actually needed for storing the heterogeneous data type, heterogeneous type, and actually collection have the data structure follows the global structure. So are using this collection.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. So let me answer you guys. So I'm just writing a main method. Now we already have an array. So there is something called array already present in Java, correct? So array is nothing but, like you can see, if I declare a int I equal to 10. So what does it mean? It's a single variable, right? So if I want to store integer values, 10 integer values in one variable, that's where the array comes into picture. So the problem with an array is, see, there are 2 ways to define an array in the Java. So int, say the first one is data type, array symbol, reference variable equal to new, data type, and size. So this is a syntax. I would say this is a syntax to declare an array in Java. Those who does not know how to declare an array in Java, this is one of the syntax. Now, if I want to create an int array, for example, int I equal to 10 means only one variable, I will store only one value, correct? Now I want to store 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, like collection of numbers, like group of numbers into one variable. How can I do? I can go with an array, right? Int, see here, if you look at here, data type followed by array symbol, yeah. And then reference variable is nothing but a equal to new data type, int, and what did I say? Size, now 10. Now this is the array declaration. So this is array. Now, how can I store multiple values in this one? We keep, so 0th value equal to 10, A of 1. So that means, what does it mean? Whenever you're declaring array with a line number 9, you are creating A is an array. That means it can store multiple values. How many values it can store? It can store 10 values. Okay. Now, how can you assign the data 10, 20, 30, 40? See, and that means it will store internally one array kind of a structure. Now, what is that array kind of a structure? Let us see. Now, whenever you create an array, how it will store? It will store like this. So it will have indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Whenever I start with 0, so here array indexes starts with, see, these are called, see, whenever you say 10, so that means you are trying to store 10 int values together. Now, similarly, if I want to create a string array, can I create a string array? String is also a data type, right? Am I able to create? Yes. Now, can I create a double array? You can also mention the bracket over here, or slide to the data type. See, so am I able to create a double array, string array, int array? Yes. Now, whatever the size that you are mentioning, that is called size. That means 10 variables, it can say 10 data type values, 10 int values it will store. If B, what is a B? B is a string array. So that means what is the size? 20. That means 20 strings it will store. Now, what is a D? It's a double array. How many double values it will store? 30, right? So in order to store the group of multiple things, you will use an array. Now here, whenever you start at 10, whenever you set 10, internally it will form this kind of a structure. So now the structure starts, the index in the array starts with 0. Whenever you starts with 0, let us count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that means if my array size is 10, then what is the maximum index? Max index is what? Min index is what? Yeah. Max index is 9, because look at here, we are see, array indexes starts with 0. Whenever you are counting 0, 0 to 9 means including see, 1 to 9, it's a 9 number. And then plus 0 is, which is nothing but one more value, right? So total the value will become 10, correct? So you need to remember something is, so whenever your array size is 10, the max index is nothing but the size minus 1. Okay. Now, what is the min index? Min index is always 0. So in Java, array index starts with 0. Now you will come to know why am I explaining all of this, because this array itself is a basic for learning the collection internals. Okay. Now, let us see. In line number 9, I have created an array with a size of 10. So what does it mean? I want to store 10 int values together. How can I store? So at 0th position, one value like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I'm storing. Now, in the diagrammatic approach, I'm storing that. In the 0th index, I'm storing 10. In first index, I'm storing 20. In second index, I'm storing 30. In third index, I'm storing 40. This is how I'm representing in a diagrammatic approach. But how do I do in Java? Let us see it. See, that is what you have to say. See, variable name followed by index equal to 10. See this, see you know all of you, right? Whenever I say I equal to 10, what does it mean? I is a variable and it's a type of int, and it is I is used to store the value 10. Similarly, here also 10 is a value, A of 0. A of 0 is that means one int variable. So this, in this place you are storing 10. So similarly, A of 2 is nothing but 20. Let me know. A of 1, correct? A of 1 is nothing but 20. Next, A of 2. A of 2 is 30. A of 3, 40. A of 4, 50, 60. So I'm just filling all the data, guys. 7, 8, 70, 80, 90, A of 9 equal to 100. So when your size is 10, what is the maximum index you can store? Till 9 only, correct? So that means now can I say that whenever can I say that I have added entire data to the array? Like the whatever you can see in the program or whatever you can see on the drawing board, 0 to 9 indexes are there. I have assigned the 10, 20, 30 to 100. Did I do the same thing in the Java program now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now, so this is good. It's well and good. Now, something happens like currently, see, whenever you are declaring a size as 10, maximum you can store only 10 values. Can I store the 11th value? Let's see what happens. See, if I put A of 10, see, if I say A of 10 equal to 110, totally how many values are there, guys? Including 0 to A of 10 means how many indexes? Count.
11.
10 plus 1, 11, correct?
10.
So
Yes.
so now let me debug this program. See, let me comment this first. And let me start debugging the program and see whether do I have any compilation or runtime error. There is no compilation error. Now let's run. See, I'm able to debug. So no issues, correct? I don't see any error. It is executed properly. Now let us enable. Now, so what I'm trying to say is currently your size of the collection, array is 10. Now you are trying to add 10th index. See, just now I have told you whenever the size is 10, whatever may be the array, string array, int array, double array, employee array, department array, whatever may be the array, if the size is some number, if the size is n, what is the maximum index you can have? Can I say n minus 1?
Yes.
Yeah. Now let us see. Now here my size is 10. Then maximum index I can have only 9. But what happens if I try to keep 10? Let us see. Does anyone know what is the issue?
Array index of one exception.
So now we are getting some exception called. See, whenever I'm trying to insert 10, let's see what happens. See, I'm getting some exception. See, Java array index out of bound exception. It is simple. Now, why am I getting an index error?
The size is the index of the array is up to 10, 0 to 9, but we are storing another one. We are extra one. So it is out of array.
So the problem is, see, so it is all because of the size, correct? Now, whenever whenever we are at kids like 8 years or 9 years, we used to buy the like dresses, everything in the kids wear. Now, whenever you cross 15 or 18, we'll buy the dresses in the men's wear, right? Or other words, like whenever we are growing up or whenever we are growing bigger, do we get a small size kit? Whatever our school dresses and all, do we get those? No, right? The size matters. The same thing here. So the initial size of an array is 10. So whenever you say 10, how many values it can accommodate? Only 10. But what are you doing? You're trying to insert 11th value also. Same thing, correct? So there is no place for the 10th index, because whenever your size is 10, the maximum index that you can put it is 9 only, till 9. So, but you're trying to insert more values. So that's where you are getting an exception. Now, this is a problem in Java. To get rid of this problem, so that means here, this is also good. But the problem here is, for example, can someone tell me in any of the company, whether it's a TCS, Infosys, anything, do they keep the employees in an same number, or the number can grow dynamically?
Dynamically, it will.
Dynamically, because see, sometimes if there is a recession, some employees will be taken off. If there is a business or there is no so much need, then they will recruit like anything, correct? For example, if you are calculating anything array, so if you are using an array, can I say that will not work, correct? After some time, every time you have to modify the code, right? So That means the problem with an array is not resizable. So once you declare the array, you can add the data till that anyone. If you want, if I want to resolve this problem, what should I do? I have to increase the size to 11, correct? That means every time I have to do the code change. But whenever you do the code change, you have to deploy the application and then restart your server, everything, correct? So that's the problem. Now, in order to overcome this problem, so collections framework has been introduced in Java. Collections, in order to overcome this problem, collections framework has been introduced. There is one more problem also. So whenever you say int, you can add only int data. Can I add string data? No, right? So you cannot add an object. You can not only a string. Can you add double? No. So it accepts the same kind of data, right? So that is also another problem, but that problem has some advantage and disadvantage. I'll come to that later. So initially the collection framework has been introduced to overcome this problem. Now, how does the collection framework has introduced? Now let us see. So in Java, they have introduced some package called java.util package. Under this package, they have created many interfaces and collections. So out in those interfaces, one of the interfaces is called as a list interface. Now the implementation of this list interface is nothing but an ArrayList class. Now we are going to look at what is an ArrayList and how does the ArrayList works internally. Now let me show you guys the collection framework hierarchy. Now can someone tell me what is the parent in the collection framework?
Iterable.
Okay. Any other answer?
Collection class.
Okay. Let's see. The collection, someone said collections class, right? Let's see. Collections is a class. Do you see any extends keyword here? Parent means what? I should have an inheritance relationship. Am I right?
Yes.
But do you have anything extends keyword or anything?
No.
What is the parent for this? It's an object class. The same thing for everything, correct? That means this answer is wrong. Now let us see something else. See, we have, see, what is the difference between this one and the previous one, guys? See, collections, plural, wherever you have a S extra, that is a class. Collection is an interface, correct? Let me write over here. Collection is an interface. Collections is a class, correct? Yeah. Now we have seen collections is a class, so it's ruled out. Now what is a now look at here. Someone said collection. The parent in the collection framework is collection. But do you see what is the meaning of extends keyword, guys?
Inheritance. That is the concept of inheritance.
Inheritance. That means, can I say that this collection is a child and iterable is a parent?
Yes.
So now what is the parent in the collection framework? Let's go here. Now I have to see whether does it have any parent? No. That means what is the parent in the collection interface? Iterable interface. Okay. So whoever said that collection, it's wrong answer. The one who said as iterable, that is the right answer, guys. So iterable is a parent in the collection hierarchy. Now from the collection, look at here. Since it is a collection, is an interface, what kind of methods should be present?
It can have only public abstract method.
Yeah. So abstract methods are present. Now look at see size. It's is empty. Contains, iterator. You can see add all. These are all the abstract methods. Now from this collection, there are different types. See, first I can say that iterable, correct? Iterable. From iterable, we just have seen the iterable is a parent, and from the parent, what is their other one? Collection. Okay. Now let us see from this collection, there are different types in Java. So the first one is list interface. And second one is set. I'll come to the remaining things later. So whichever we are going to discuss, I'll be explaining that one. Now, there is one more collection called list in Java. What does a list will do? Whatever your array is going to do, the same thing will be list is doing. But the disadvantage of an array is it cannot grow dynamically. If your size is 10, you can add only 9 elements, 10 elements. 11th element when you are adding, you will get an array index out of bound exception. The same exercise I will try with a list interface, then I will not get an exception. So that is the beauty of collection framework. Now list is, you can see list is an interface that is extending from collection. See now, can I create an object of interface in Java?
No, we can't.
No. Now let us see. So now this is a problem. Now I have to use this list interface, and I want to see whether whatever the problem in the array, whether it is resolved with a list interface or not. Now what I should do, I cannot create an object. Now I have to use implements keyword, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
List example 2. Now in order to get a behavior of a interface, I have to implements list interface. Now it takes, see what, don't worry about these brackets and greater than bracket, less than bracket, and then E symbol. Don't worry about this. You need some more knowledge to understand this one. So I'll be explaining this later point of time. This is called generics. So you need to know what is the problem in the normal list interface and why the generics has been introduced. This is basically talks about the type safety and typecasting, which will be covered little later. Okay. Now I have to mention here what type of a list I want to create, integer. Now, see since I am implementing a interface, now what should I do, guys, in my class?
Implement the override the interface classes methods.
All the so interface will contain abstract methods. See, can I say size an abstract method, is empty abstract method, contains abstract method, iterator abstract method. Now I have to provide the implementation for all these methods. But do I know? As of now, do I know what is the implementation of this contains method? Do you guys know?
No, we don't.
Is empty, you don't know. Is size, you do not know. So that means, so that means if you want to get a list kind of a behavior, implementing a list is a risk for you, correct? Because if I am trying to implement a list, I have to override all the methods, and not only the overriding, you have to provide how does it work internally. But at this point of time, we do not know. So this is not the right approach, correct? I hope you understand now why we should not implement directly the list interface, because list interface has many abstract methods and we do not know what is that implementation, right? Now, the same problem is also seen by the Java developers, like that means who are developing the Java, okay? So the Java creators have seen the same problem. So that's where now they want to solve this problem. That's where they created a class is called ArrayList. ArrayList is one class which is implementing list interface. There is another class called Vector, which is also implementing list interface. There is another class called Copy on Write ArrayList. Okay, so these are the classes that are implementing a list interface. That means whenever this class is implementing, so can I say this class should have overridden the method? Yes, and they already done that. So instead of we have to do, directly we will use the ArrayList class and then implement it. Let us see that now. Now let's go to the ArrayList class. See, whenever I'm going to this one ArrayList class, what I'm showing you is this is the Java code that is written by the Java creators. This is called source code. Now, in order to look at the source code, the shortcut that you have to use in the Eclipse is Control-Shift-T. I repeat. So if you want to see any class code, like see here, look at here. This is not a class written by me. I have written a classes list example.java, list example2.java. But did I write the ArrayList.java class? No. You can see I am looking at ArrayList.class file. So if you want to see the source code of a .class file in Eclipse, you have to use a shortcut called Control-Shift-T and then type whatever the class you want. Now I have entered the ArrayList class. If you look at ArrayList class implementing list interface, correct? Now, whenever it is implementing list interface, what method is that to override? Look at here. One of the method is size. Let us see whether this size method is overridden here. See, It is there, size method is there. So that means, and your ArrayList class is not an abstract class, correct? Is it abstract class? No, it is not an abstract class. That means, now can I say that all the abstract methods present in an interface are implemented in the ArrayList? Now, instead of implementing the list interface, can I directly use ArrayList class itself, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So now let us, now, since it is a class, how can I create an object of a class? Class name, reference variable equal to new class name. So this is a syntax to create an object, correct? And open bracket and close bracket. Now, what is my class name? ArrayList. ArrayList, and I want to keep the generics as an integer. Don't worry about the generics, I will explain. L equal to new ArrayList. So this is how I will create an object. Done. Now let me add. Now see here, I will try to mention the size as 10. If you look at the earlier example, what did I mention? Array. Now what is the size I mentioned? Initially 10, correct? Now whenever I'm adding 11th value, I got an exception. Now let us see. Now I'm putting the size as 10. Now let me add the data, same thing. Copy and paste it here. Let me change it to A of 0. I will change. L dot add. Okay, now let's replace it. In order to add an element, so here, as I mentioned that we have indexes. You are providing the index number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. But in the ArrayList, you don't need to mention what index you want to store. For example, here, the problem in the array is I may forget 8, directly I will put 9. Is it happens, correct? I will forget to write a 8 index. Can it happen or not?
Yes, sir.
We are, as a human, we can do the mistakes. Whenever you are putting an index, you can forget one index also. But in order to add the data to a array list, you don't need to worry about, you don't need to scratch your brain, or you don't need to worry. See, in order to add a data to the array list, in the array list, they have provided one method called add. So using the add method, you will add the data to the array list. And where it is getting added, we are going to see. Don't worry about that. Now, in order to add the data, I'm going to use add method, L dot add. Now, what it is taking an integer, because I have mentioned here integer. Now, let me give the data. 10. Now, likewise, let me add 11 numbers and see whether the problem is resolved or not. Then we'll go to the internal implementation. Okay. Now, see, can I say that I have added how many numbers, how many values I have added? Is it 10 or 11?
11.
11. Now, the same thing if I am trying to do with the array, am I getting a runtime error, array index out of bound exception?
No.
In the array, I'm asking.
Yes. In the array
now, yeah. Now, let us debug this code and see whether we get an exception or not. See? So I do not get, that means whatever the problem in the array is resolved by the array list. That means array list can grow dynamically. That is the advantage of a collection framework. Now, how it grows dynamically and all, we are going to see now. So can you guys know what is the need for a collection framework now? I just explained what is a problem with what is a problem in Java and what is the necessity or need for collection framework. Does anyone has any questions so far? Any questions, anyone? If no questions, please respond quickly so that we can continue.
No, Karthik, no question.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
No.
Yeah. Now let us see. Now what is here? Now the problem is See, it is growing dynamically, right? See here, the size is 10. I'm not able to add 11th element, but here I can add 11th element also. But what is happening internally, that let us see what is that. Now, from line number 10, what am I doing, guys? I'm creating an object. Whenever you create an object in Java, what happens? Whenever you create an object in Java, what happens? Basic core Java question.
Constructor will be called.
Yeah, memory will be created and then constructor will be called. Now let us see, we know, see, by using the Control Shift T, I was able to show you the source code. This is the ArrayList class, which is written by the Java creators, right? Now, since it is a class, can it have a constructor? Yes, let us see. See, can I say all these are the constructors only? See, this is one constructor, this is one constructor, and this is one constructor, correct? Now, out of 3 constructors, what did I pass here? I'm passing some integer value. Now, which constructor will be invoked? Can I say this one?
Yes.
Yes. Now, if you look at here, so whatever you pass that variable, they are accepting this as an initial capacity. If the initial capacity is greater than 0, then they are doing this one, correct? Now, can you guys tell me what is this? How it's look like? Now, in the list example, what is the syntax to create an array, guys? Data type followed by array, reference variable equal to new data type. Now, just compare this to this one. What do you think?
Same.
It's the same. That means, are they using what type of, can you say that they are using internally array only?
Yes.
But what kind of an array they are using? See here. Now,
Object.
for example, in line number 9, what array I have created?
Integer type.
Int array, correct? I mean, line number 10, what 11, what I have created?
String.
Now 12.
Double.
Now, for example, I have a class called employee. Okay, now let me create a class called employee. Okay, now I have a class called employee. Now, if I am saying like this, employee E equal to new employee, what does it mean? What array it is?
Employee array.
Employee array.
Initial
So,
capacity is 10.
Yeah. And at each position, that means the initial capacity is 10 means 0 to 9. That means at each position, what should I add? Should I add a number? E of 0. What should I add? Should I add 10?
Employee object.
No, I should add the employee object, correct? I should add the employee object, correct? Now, by looking at this, can someone tell me, in this line, what is the array they are creating internally?
Object.
Object array. So the first thing that has is, what is the internal data structure used by ArrayList? I repeat my question. What is the internal data structure used by ArrayList? Can I say it's an object array only? Correct? Now let us see what, see here. This dot element data. Let us see what is an element data. Look at here. It's an object array only. Is it matching? See, now let me copy this. And object array equal to, let us see, they have initialized this variable first and they are instantiating in the constructor. Now, if I copy this one, now you guys tell me, does it look like an array or not?
Yes, sir.
It looks like
Yes. And what type of an array it is? Object array, correct? So the answer, the first thing that you want to learn is, what is the internal data structure used by ArrayList? The internal data structure used by ArrayList is object array only, correct?
Yes.
That means if you know the array, automatically you know the ArrayList, correct? Now, so the internal data structure used by ArrayList is object array. For example, if I mention the capacity as 20, then they are initializing the object array with a 20, correct?
Correct.
If not, the default capacity of ArrayList is 10. Now, somewhere you can see default. There is one variable called default. See, ArrayList element default capacity element data, correct? So, if you are mentioning, if you are using if you are mentioning any data, any integer value that you pass, here internally the object array is getting initialized with 10. Because I have passed 10, it is getting initialized with 10. Now, here, that means, so whether you are saying array list, what is the internal data structure? It is type of array only, correct? Let us see. But at each position, what they are accepting? At each position, what they are accepting? Object, correct? Because the internal data structure is object. So here, that means whether you pass employee object or string or int or double, can I say it will be converted into a object type? Even if you say small int, then it will this for small int. What is the wrapper class? Capital integer, correct? And so that means whatever you pass. So now what I'm doing here is I'm adding the data. So whenever I say in order to add the element to an array list, I'm using a add method. So if I'm passing 10, is it 10? So now let me create int I equal to 10. Now let me pass here. Now to this add method, am I passing the primitive data type or wrapper object?
Wrapper object.
I'm passing primitive, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
But internally, what this add method will do? What for small int data type? What is the corresponding wrapper object?
Integer.
Integer, correct? Internally, what it will do is integer dot value of and then or parse int, whatever it is. Okay, that means it will convert the small into a capital integer, and then can I say first it will store in the 0th index only?
Yes, sir.
For the first value, it will go into the 0th index. Next time, it will go into a next index, 30 index, like this. So that means in order to add the data to a array list, what method we are using? Add method. Okay. Now let us see what is the internal implementation of a add method. Now, similarly, if I want to create my own array list, can I do now? Say I don't want to use array list here. I want to create my own array list. So just now you have seen the source code of array list. Can I create? Yes, we will do that after learning. Now, so now what is the internal implementation of an add method? Now, internally it is using an object array. So that means first, whenever you are trying to add the data, so where it has to store first? 0th index. Next one, next two. Till the size you need to store it. Now let us write the code. I am creating a custom array list, guys. That means that means by learning the internal implementation, I want to create my own array list also. Okay, let us look at. So I'm writing a main method. Okay. Now, first of all, you guys tell me whether it's what is the internal data structure of array list?
Object array.
Now, can I also create an object array here?
Yes, sir.
Now let's get rid of the main method. Object array OB equal to null. Done. Now where should I initialize this, guys?
In constructor.
So let's create a constructor. I am creating my own class. Can I create a constructor? Yes. So if no one is mentioning anything, what is the default capacity?
10.
10. Correct. It's my array list. Can I keep 15? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, so if someone is providing a capacity, I have to create one
Parameterized.
another constructor, correct? Now, OB equal to new object array capacity. Okay. Now, can I say by providing the constructors, I have created an internal data structure called object array?
Yes, sir.
So does anyone has any questions so far? Now, the next thing that we are going to learn the internal implementation of add method, which is very important. But before going there, does anyone has any questions? You can put it in the chat or you can unmute yourself and speak. Guys, quickly say yes, no.
No.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, go ahead.
No question, sir. Proceed.
Yeah, thank you. Now, so in order to add an element to a array list, what is the method I have used in the predefined array list? Add method. Now, so now I want to add a data. So what should I use? I can use any name because it's my custom, right? So let me use add method. Now, what does the add method should take, guys? It should take one object, correct?
Yes.
Sir,
Object.
otherwise you take attach.
I did not understand. Sorry. Okay. So now void add object. So if you similar to this method, so the add method should say the internal data structure is object array. That means whatever you give, it will be converted into an object, and then I'm storing into this one. Now, so here, what should I do, guys? The whatever you are giving through the calling by calling a add method, whatever you are passing, this has to be stored where? In the object array, correct? Now let us see. In order to store the data into array, what do we just now I told? Array name followed by the index. Now what is the array name here? OB.
OP, yeah.
Okay, OB of I have to provide the first zeroth index equal to OBJ, correct? Or else let me rename it as a. My array name is A, and insert at first whenever you call first time, where the data will go, guys?
0th index.
So I kept the 0th index, correct? Done. Now, for example, you're calling this one. Now, instead of array list, you are calling the custom array list. CL equal to new custom array list. And you are passing the data as 10. Now, what I will do, CL dot add. Where this, now if I'm passing 10. Now, whenever I execute line number 24, can I say it has created the object like this internally?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if you look at this, guys, I'm calling the CL dot add. Where the data will go? It will go to the add method. Correct? Done. Inside add method, what I have written? A of 0. That means I'm passing 10. CL dot add 10. But where this 10 will go? Here. Correct? Done. Now, next time, if I call the next time, if I call the CL dot add again 20. Generally, where the 20 should go, guys?
And the
20
next
should go into the next
First
position,
index.
correct?
First
Yeah.
index.
But with our code, always it will go to the 0th index, correct?
Yes.
Now that means you're replacing this one. So that means, can I say that in this code, I should not hard code the value, correct? Can I say that I should not hard code the index value? Am I right?
Right, sir.
So now in order to get rid of this, what should I do? I will create int index equal to 0. Now, can I keep that index variable here?
Yes.
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 Now, with this one, let us see. Now, the first value will go into the 0th index. Done. Now, whenever you say CL dot add, where it has to go?
Next index.
Next means first index, correct?
First
now,
index.
But here, what should I do in order to get, after inserting the 0, next time you are calling, then it has to go to next position. So that means what should I do? Can I say?
Increment.
Yeah,
Index
after adding the data, can I say that I have to increment it?
Yes.
I can do this one, or else I can do index equal to index plus 1. Both are same, correct?
Yes.
Now, this is what I have to do now. Good. Now let us come. Now, if I'm adding like this, so in time being, I'm keeping 5, guys. Okay. I'm keeping 5. Now, whenever I say 5, what are the maximum? Whenever I say array list size is 5, what is the maximum index I can have?
0 to 4.
So 0 to 4, correct? Okay, done. Now let us see the code now. Okay. 30, 40, 50, correct? Now, whenever I say with the code that I currently have, what is the index value currently? Whenever I start the programming, what is the index value?
0.
So first time my index is, so when first time calling, let me remove all of this and let me first statement I'm calling as CL dot add 10. Now where this 10 will go? into the
At
0th
zero
index.
position.
Currently index equal to 0. So that means 10 will go here. And then your index, you are incrementing the index value to index plus plus, correct? See, after adding the data, after assigning the data to the array, what are you doing? Line number 19, index plus plus. That means index value will become now 1, correct? Now let me take the different color so that you will understand. Okay. Now, if I say again, cl.add 20, then where this 20 will go now? What is the index value? A of index. Index is
First
currently is 1.
position.
Currently index value is 1. That means here it will come. And then you are incrementing the index. The index will become 2. Now cl.add 3. Now, whenever I say 3, again, A of index equal to 30. So here 30 will go and then this index will become 3. Now cl.add 40. Now again, here 40 will come and then index will become 4. Now cl.add 50. Now here 50 will be inserted and then index will become 5. Now if I say cl.add, what happens?
Array index out of bound.
Here also I will get array index out of bound, correct? But
Yes.
if I do the same implementation using a predefined array list, am I getting that exception?
No, sir.
That means,
No.
can I say I have to do something in this add method to increase the array automatically, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, now let us see that now. So whenever you are, see, what is my size of the array list, custom array list?
502.
I have initialized with 5. That means till the 5, see, that means 0, you don't have a problem. 1, you don't have a problem. 2, you don't have a problem. 3, you don't have a problem. 4, you do not have a problem. Okay. Now, what is the size here?
5.
5. What is the index here?
4.
Index is 5. After incrementing 4th element, you are doing plus plus, correct?
Yes.
See, whenever I'm inserting the 4th element, A of 4, I have kept the data. Then after that, I am doing index plus plus. That means index value will become 5. Now, first of all, I need to know when I am, see, that means before the capacity. See, 0 to 4, whenever your size is 5, 0 to 4 elements, do you have any problem?
No, sir.
No, we don't have.
No. At whenever you are trying to insert the 5th element, then is the problem. Now, programmatically, you need to so 0 to 4, you don't need to increment the size. Whenever you are trying to add the 6th element, then only you need to increment the size, correct?
Correct.
Now, you need to identify when I am reaching the capacity. Can I say, you see, whenever your index value is same as a size, can I say my size is done, my array list is full?
Yes, sir.
Does everyone understood it?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
So, now the problem, so that means, see here, with this code, if I try to add 6th element, I'll get an array index out of bound exception. Now, you have seen one of the examples saying that array list grows dynamically or array list increments the size by 50%. If the array list is full, then it will increment by 50%. So you need to understand or you need to know how should I know whether the size is full or not. So just now we have seen one formula that if the index equal to size or index is greater than the size, can I say I have to increment my size?
Yes.
Yes. Now can I write the code here? Now before inserting the data every time, can I say I have to check what is the index, correct?
Yes.
If index is greater than or equal to, how can I get an array size? A dot size, correct? Or
Length.
length. Yeah. So here, if index is greater than or equal to length, if this is true, what does it mean? Whatever the capacity you are provided, that is full. Now you have to increment the capacity, correct? Now, generally, whenever the size is full, so whenever the array list is full, how much it increments, guys? 50%, generally, you can say, correct? Now, what will happen is, see, my initial capacity, what is the size? 5. So what is the 50% of 5?
2.5.
5 by 2. 5 plus 5 by 2. 5 plus 2.5. But if I take it as a integer number, what should I do? 5 plus 2. my new capacity will be 7. So internally what will happen is they will create, see already my old array is 5. So they will create a new array with the new size as 7, correct? Done. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, whenever my size capacity 7 means my maximum index is 6. Done. I have created a new array. Now, what I should do? I have to copy the data from old array to the new array, correct? See, A of 0 to 0, A of 1 to 1, A of 2 to 2, A of 3 to 3, A of 4 to 4. Done. Now, do you have a space to insert new elements here in the new array?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now you can insert. So this is what happens internally. Okay, shall we write the program for this? Let's try. Now, whenever the size is, whenever the index is greater than or equal to array.length. So this, because of this condition, you will know your array is full. Whenever it is full, what do you need to do? First, you need to calculate the int new length, correct? New length equal to old length plus a dot length plus a dot length divided by 2. So here, by default, ArrayList grows dynamically by ArrayList increments the capacity by 50%. But here, it is my custom ArrayList. Can I increment by 70% also? It's my wish, correct? You can see here, this logic, you can modify whatever you want. Done. Now, once I create this, can I say with this new length, I need to create a new array? Yes. What should be the new array? It should be an object array only, correct? Now, let's see here. Object obj equal to new object. And what is the new length? This one, copy it here. Done. Now that means I created a new array like this without parsing. So with the new capacity, I have created a new array. Done. But the new array is empty, correct? Where is the data is present? In the previous array, old array. What is that name? A. Now, can I say that I have to copy the data from the old array to the new array? Yes. Now, how do I do that? Now, let us see. I iterate over the old array. A dot length. Now, copy the data from obj1 of I equal to A of I. Now, how many times this loop will repeat, guys?
5.
So, whenever I equal to 0, 0 less than 5, is it true? Yes. That means obj1 of 0 equal to A of 0. That means, can I say this data you are copying here? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now, next loop will increment. I plus plus, I value will become 1 less than 5, true. Obj of 1 equal to A of 1. This you are copying, done. Next, obj2 of A of 2. 3, then 4, done. Now, whenever the I value becomes 5, 5 less than 5, can I say it will break? Done.
Yes.
Once it is broken, then what you should do? You have the new space, correct? But what is this array name? obj1. And what is the array name? A. But here, once this if condition is done, where to which array you are adding the data? A array. So that means, can I reinitialize the array? Correct? A equal to obj1. If I reinitialize it, then what is my A array size? This will become A array. Now, in this A array, do I have the size to increment the value again? Yes. What is the index I have? 5th index. A of 5 equal to what is the object? Whatever you are passing. So, here the data will be incremented, correct?
Yes.
And then automatically this cycle will happen every time. Am I right? Now, let us see whether, let us debug this program and see whether it will work or not. Right click, debug as Java application. Now I'm just directly going to the place. Okay. Now, if I look at, let's go inside. See, what is the index currently, guys? First time, 0. 0 less than, what is the length? 5. 0 less than 5? Yes. So it, sorry. It is, this condition will not become true. That means, what is the meaning? The capacity is not full. So you are inserting the data. Look at here. A of index equal to 0. See, after adding first element, the index will become 1. Look at here. Index value will become 1. Now, similarly, let's add second element. Same, it will go. Third element, it will go. Fourth element. Next, add the fifth element. Done. See, if you look at, whenever I add the fifth element, can I say my array is full?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is my, after adding the fifth element, what is my index value? 5. So now let us add sixth element. Now I do not have. Now let us add cl.add 60. Okay. Now cl.add 70. Now cl.add 80. Now let us see. What is the initial capacity, guys? 5. What is the, how many elements I'm adding? 8. Let us see whether it will work or not. See, let's debug. Yeah. See, till 0 to 4, there is no issue. So I'm debugging fastly for 0 to 4. Okay, done. Now I am adding the fifth element, guys. See, it is not going inside null. So done. Now, whenever I'm trying to add the sixth element, what is the index? 5. What is the length? 5. Both are matching? Yes. So it will go. See, what is the new length? Old length plus new length by 2. See, 7. With the new 7, I am creating an array. Look at here. See, size is 7. You can see here. Now I am copying. See, this for loop will iterate for 5 times, correct? And then copy the data from old array to the new array. See, look at here. Now, can I say whatever the data that is present in the array A is copied to the obj? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And do you have the space to insert 2 new elements?
Yes, sir.
So that means, can I say that you are growing automatically? Yes. Now, but here, why did I do the reassignment? Because here, if you look at here, line number 26, you are adding the data to the old array. If you do not do the reassignment, look at here. Original array is containing only 5 elements, but your obj1 is containing 7. Now, if I do, after doing the reassignment, then automatically you will, your array will have the value, correct? Look at here. See, in the A, do you have the space to insert the new element? Yes. Here 60 will come. Look at here. See? See, 60 will come. Now, what is the index will become? 6. Now, let us add again. Now, sixth element. Index 6 and length is 7. So, do I need to increment? No. Add. Done. Now, here. Now, whenever I try to add the 8th element, see, index is 7, length is 7. Now, I have to increment again, correct? So, that means it will work. Even if you add 1,000 elements, can I say it will work automatically? See, now initial capacity is 7. 7 plus 7 by 2.
10.
10. Correct? See, new array is created with a 10 size. And now old array data will be copied to, 7 elements will be copied to the new array. So now, see, old array is containing 7. Now obj1 is containing extra 3 positions. Now I will do the reassignment. See, I have the data now? Yes. And do I have the space to insert new elements? Yes. Right? So now, if someone is asking you, how does the array list works? How does the add method works internally? Now, the answer for that is, in the add method checks, if first of all, the add method checks for the length. If the index is less than the array.length, then the data will be added to the array. If the index is greater than or equal to the array.length, then internally it will create a new object array, and then it will copy the data from old array to the new array, and it will do reassignment. Now, can I say this is a code that you are writing is a normal code? Now, let me simplify this code. Now, in order to simplify this, we have see, this is just anyone can understand it. But there are some, you don't need to copy, create a new array, you don't need to copy and all. So there is some method in Java, we have a class called arrays. And in that, there is a method called copy of. So here, if you look at the definition of this arrays.copy of method, look at here. Copy is the specified array, truncating or padding with a false. So copy has been specified length. So that means here, so this copy of method, look at here, it is taking array name and the new length. I will pass A. And then new length I will pass. And it will, what does this method will return? It is returning an object array. I will take that to A. It's a simplified version. So why am I telling you this one? Because in the pre-diff now, let us go to the ArrayList.class add method. Okay. If you look at here, add method, don't worry about this variable. I will come to this variable later. If you look at, they are calling add method. So here, can I say if SC is nothing but size equal to element dot date length, then what they are doing? They are calling the grow method. Inside the grow method, what they are doing? They are incrementing the size. See, old capacity, element data, new capacity. And then here, how they are doing the copy, look at here. If the, see here, if you look at here, whenever the index is greater than or equal to length, then what I'm doing, I'm creating a new object array and copying, using the for loop, I'm copying the data. But the simplified solution is arrays.copy of method. What it will do is, with the new length, it will create a new array and it will copy the data from old array to the new array, and then it will reassign it. That means whatever the code that we have written, highlighted here in the blue color, will be done by the simplified by one method. We will see that again, debugging. So if you look at the predefined code, see, they are doing that here. Arrays.copy of. And then there is reassigning. Once that is done, if you come back, see, element data here in the predefined data structure, array list, what is the array name? Element data of S. S is nothing but we have named that variable as an index. They have named that variable as a S, and the S size equal to S plus 1. Or what we have done, index equal to index plus 1 or index plus plus. Now, can I say that I am writing the same code which is similar to the array list predefined class?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now let us debug it once again with arrays.copy of. Let's go here. So that means we have studied the internal implementation of array list. At the same time, can I say we have written the custom array list also?
Yes, sir.
Look at here. Now, whenever I'm adding the fifth element, see, it is not done now. Now, whenever I'm adding a sixth element, see, index is there. Now, here, currently array, you can see 50. Now, arrays.copy of means it will create with a new length, with the 7, it will create a new array. It will copy the data from old array to the new array. Look at here. See, after this line number 23, look at A. See, do I have the space? Yes. Do I have the data, old data? Yes. That means whatever the for loop that you are doing, the same thing can be done by this one. This is a simplification of a code. Okay. So this is how the array list works internally. If you want to answer it in the interview, what you have to say is, so now first you need to start with the internal data structure for an array list is object array. Now, whenever we are calling the add method, so till the default capacity is 10 or whatever the capacity that we mentioned, till that capacity, the data will be added to the object array. And then index will be incremented every time. Whenever the index is matching with the capacity, they are creating a new array, copying the data from old array to the new array, and then reassigning that array. So this is what happens inside the add method. Does anyone has any questions?
So then the old array will be garbage collected?
Yes. Not the old array. This obj one will be garbage collected. I mean, when I say, see here, you're creating a new, some extra one more variable, right? So, and you are reassigning it. Whichever is unreferenced object, that will be garbage collected. That happens automatically.
Okay, sir.
Does anyone has any questions so far? Does it understood, guys?
Sir, in line number 29,
Yeah.
OBJ is renamed as A, right?
No. That is a obj1. See, this obj is a parameter that you are adding. Whenever you are calling this add method, you are passing some parameter, right? So that is the one. So that's the reason I have kept it as a obj1. You can, instead of, if you're not, if you're getting confused, let's make it as a B. Okay.
So arrays dot copy of, so arrays class is a part of collection.
No, arrays class is already present. It is not part of collection.
Okay.
It's already there.
Okay, sir.
So it is from Java 1.2 onwards, it's there. So see, whatever we are doing, the writing for loop and all. So what is your intent? You, with a new length that you are supplying, you need to create a new object array. You copy the data from old array to the new array, correct? So what the copy of method is doing, same thing. Whatever the length you are passing with this length, what is the type of this a object, correct? They will create an array with this new length. They will write whatever the for loop you are writing here, and then they'll copy the data, and that object they are giving you. That's it. It's a simplification. If I tell you directly what this method, you do not know what is happening internally. So that's the reason I have written a user-defined code and then converted later.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So does anyone has any questions?
Hello, sir. What is the time complexity of this program? Is it a constant time?
So there is, for this time, see, it's a same, I would say that big of one only. So in order to learn the time complexity, you need to know some topics. I will explain that later.
Okay.
Because I say time complexity means, see, it is not just simply that. It is, if I call a method, if I write a program of for loop,
Yes.
if I write a for loop,
Then it is a big of n.
okay, sys out. Right. So what is the time complexity of this one? If I say n, so if I say take n equal to 5, how many times this for loop will execute, guys?
5 times.
Is it 5 or 6? First 0 less than
0 to
0 less than 5,
yeah.
true. 1 less than 5, true. 2 less than 5, true. 3 less than 5, true. 4 less than 5, true. 5 less than 5, it also it executes, but it will fail, correct? But how many
Yes.
times it is executing?
6 times, including
That
one fail.
means, yeah. So if I say n, can I say that it will execute for n plus 1 times?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
how many times this statement will execute? It will 0 to 5, it will execute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At this time, it will not come. Now, can I say if it is a, so this statement, if your n is 5, this sysout is executing for 5 times. Now, if, can I say this will execute for n times? Okay, now total n plus 1 plus n. If you sum it, 2n plus 1. So if I take the n value as a 1 lakh, compared to this 1 lakh, this one is very small and then 2, correct? So that's the reason you get rid of this one. So the time complexity for this for loop is big O of n. But here, your for loop will not come always, correct? It's a conditional, right? See here, whenever you are copying the data, are you copying the data from old array to the new array always?
No, sir.
No, it depends. I would say only, see, for example, if I'm calling the only this method, only I'm inserting the zeroth element. Then what is the time complexity? We go of 1 only, correct? Only one time this method is getting called, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so in order to discuss this, there are many things to be done as a pre-work, then only we can mention. Okay?
Okay.
So in the interview, we should answer big of n or 1.
So I'll come to that later.
Okay, sir.
You need to, that is what I'm trying to say. It's a conditional based. You need to explain based on the size. If you're saying that if the size is 5 and you are trying to add a 4th element, 0 to 4, what is the time complexity? See, whenever you are explaining the time complexity, we have a worst case and the best case also, correct?
Yes, sir.
So here, the best case is big O of 1, worst case is big O of n. That's the thing. That is what I wanted to say. Like there is some more to be done the analysis, then we can say.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Similarly, in the next part, so this is a part 1. So in the next part, we are going to look at get method, we are going to see there is see, how do you remove the data from array list? You call the remove method, right? Now, how does the remove method works internally? How does the get method works internally? So, and how does the contains method works internally? So if I'm implementing all of those here, can I say I can use, instead of array list, I can use my custom array list also, correct? So that means we are trying to learn the internal implementation of a collection framework, as well as we are writing our own collection also. So this is about the workshop for today, guys. And next Saturday and Sunday, there will be a continuation for this will be there. You will be getting a same Zoom link and then poster soon. And apart from this, this 14th onwards, I'm going to conduct one. So this is a complete. So here, so from June 14th onwards, I'm going to take a session on the collections workshop. So when I say collections workshop, it's complete collections we are going to study. See, whatever I have explained today, it's only just an array list, right? So we are going to see what is the collection hierarchy, internal implementation of a list, internal implementation of a set, internal implementation of a MAC, how to create a custom collection. And under the list, we are going to see all of this and map. Now, at the same time, what is a iterator? What is a how to use it? List iterator, difference between concurrent modification exception. When I say it is not a theory class, all things I will be explaining with a programmatic approach. Now, what is a weak hash map? What is a custom? See, we have a class called linker list. How do I create my own linker list? How do we do add a element to a linker list? How do we get remove element from a linker list? Adding a data in middle of a linked list, adding a data at the end of a linked list, adding a data at the start of a linked list. What is a stack? How can you implement a stack using array list? How can you implement a stack using linked list? How can you implement a stack using queue? What is a queue? What is a priority queue? What is blocking queue? What is DQ? What is comparable interface, comparator, everything. And then what is tree data structure, pre-order, post-order, in-order traversal of a tree, what is a tree map, what is a tree set, and Java 8 collection changes, and some of the HackerRank questions we are going to solve as well. So this is a workshop that I'm going to conduct from June 14th onwards. So this workshop will be started, the timing for this workshop is morning 7:15 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. It's a 1 hour, 7:15 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. Monday to Friday, and the fee for this workshop is 3,000 rupees. And recordings will be provided you, and it will have a free of 4 months access. So I will give you one link, guys. If anybody is interested, can you please fill this Google form and let me know? I just pinged one Google form in the chat. Can you guys please fill this Google form? Whoever is interested. So this is getting started on June 14th. I mean, coming Wednesday. Okay. So in this one, whatever I have explained so far, the same thing we'll be discussing all the data structures like tree set, tree map, normal, what is a binary tree, what is a binary search tree, how can I implement a tree on my own, what is a stack, what is a queue, how can we write a queue stack. And then for each topic, I'm going to show you some HackerRank questions, and in the HackerRank questions, like in front of you guys in the class itself, we will write a code in the HackerRank and we'll submit the question and see how many test cases are failing, how many test cases are passing, etc. So it's all live coding sessions. So I just pinged in the chat the Google form link. If anybody is interested, can you please fill the Google form? Are you able to, can anyone tell me if you're able to access the Google form?
Yes, sir. So for the course will be for how many months or weeks?
It is 35 to 40 days. Yeah, sorry. I forgot to mention. Duration is 35 to 40 days.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So we'll be starting in June 14th, right? So June 14th. I would say that July 14th, by July 21st, we are going to complete. Between July 14th to July 21st, or maybe 1 or 2 days, we are going to complete.
Sure, sir.
Guys, all my courses will be time bounded, and whatever I am going to promise here, all the things will be explained. Have you, any one of you have attended any of my previous sessions? Anyone here?
No.
Or anyone have heard my demo classes or anything?
It's a Lambda expression, super class.
Yes, sir. I heard many classes. Sir. Sir, I have a few questions.
Yeah.
Sir, recent in the past you started with the multi-threading sessions.
Yes, yes.
So, sir, somehow I missed those sessions. I was willing to. But, sir, in your core Java classes, are you covering the same, or these are the
Yes, yes.
special sessions that you are taking?
No. So see, the problem is core Java. If see the collections workshop, see someone is for example, let us take some person, Ashok. Let us take Ashok. So Ashok is weak in the collections workshop. Collections, he does not know about collections. He want to learn only collections. If he is enrolling for core Java, again he has to pay 5,000 or 6,000 for core Java, correct? And he has to wait for 3 months. Am I right? But the problem is financially and then time-wise, it's waste. So that's the reason I have taken the topics of independent topics of threads separately and collections separately, and we are putting the fee also less, so that you can learn fastly, and then it's a financially also good for everyone. That's the idea. So, and whenever I teach the core Java, I will cover all of this as well.
Okay, so in core Java, you're covering the same things.
Yes.
Like the 40 sessions that are coming for collections, you are covering the same.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking to. Actually, I'm hearing about you since for many long time. Like you also teach DSA.
Yes.
And you are like one of the best faculty in the Ashok IT. So I just want to know that are you covering the same things? Like in the multi-threading, you had gave somewhere on more than 20 sessions.
Yes.
So you are covering the same in core Java
Yes.
classes. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So I, as of now, I haven't see, long back I have taken, like in January I've completed the core Java. So maybe in the month of June end or July first week I'll be taking like maybe full stack or something. In that I will be covering core Java and advanced Java. In that I will be teaching all of this.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
But it would take, like core Java would take around 2 months of time. See, for collections workshop, I will keep again this demo classes and all, right? So it will take some time. So that's the reason I would say that 35 to 40 days. See, in core Java, most of the time will go for threads and collections only. So remaining will be completed within, we can complete in 15 to 20 days itself. So on an average, core Java will take 2 months of time, and then advanced Java will take around 1 month of time. So within 3 months, we can cover core Java and advanced Java.
And sir, time limit will be the same?
Yes, yes.
Like
See,
1.5 or 2 hours class?
1 hour. Generally, I'll take 1 hour. And some days, if I miss due to any urgency or something, if I miss the class, I'll put the class on Saturday, but that will be informed you guys ahead of the time.
Okay, sir. Last question. I don't want to take much time of yours. Sir, like if the collections is taking somewhere on 35 days, and then how you will able to manage the core Java within 2 or 2.5 months?
That is what I see. When I take collections separately, like there are demo classes will be there. You know, right? Demo classes will take longer time, and the way of, since more people will be there, some people see, if it's a regular class, first 10 minutes, I will explain what we have learned in the previous class. It's a recap session, and then remaining will continue. But if it's a demo class, we have to wait for someone to join everything, correct?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so that's where we'll see in regular core Java, this gets completed for 25 to 30 days, and threads will be completed within 15 to 20 days. So that means within 1.5 months, this thread chain collection will be completed. And remaining 15 to 20 days, we are going to complete the oops and exceptions.
Okay, sir. Got your point.
Yeah. So if you look at today itself, see, whenever once the demo classes are completed, when the actual classes are starting, so I'll be on time. Regularly, I will maintain a time, 99%. Maybe 1% due to some emergency, I'll miss here and there. That too, I'll join the class maximum by 1 or 2 minutes delay. That too 1% of time. So, but I'll be on time. I'll just wait for 2 minutes and I'll start the class on time. I'll complete the class on time. But if anyone has any questions, I can extend it up to 10 to 15 minutes.
Yes, sir. And sir, in multi-threading, I think you already covered the concurrent programming also.
Yes.
Because these days, like these things are most demandable things.
Yes. Were you part of my multi-threading core?
No, sir. I was thinking to purchase, but due to some time constraint, I wasn't able to attend those classes. But I was also thinking to purchase the sessions. But I am thinking to go with your core Java sessions.
Okay.
Along with this this collections also, because these are the most important thing as a Java developer, as a Spring Boot developer.
Yeah. So I request you guys to please fill the form, guys. So don't worry, I'll be teaching a complete programmatic approach only. So can someone share any feedback, whatever you think, who are part of my previous batches or demo classes?
But sir, I attended your Java 9 and 11 feature classes, and you taught very in depth, sir. Like I got the basic idea like why we are using things. So I was like very grateful to have those sessions.
Yeah. So is anyone else would like to share any feedback? So if no questions, nothing, then that's all for today, guys. So I request you guys to please fill the form. Let me see how many responses. I got only 7 responses, guys. If anybody is interested, please fill the form. Let me share the form link again. And my DSA, I have not yet planned as of now. I'll be planning the DSA in future, Aditya. I will let you know. Once I done, I will let you know, guys. Okay. So if no question, that's all for today, guys. So if you are interested, please wait or you can join on the June 14th sessions and it will be useful for you guys. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
1.5.
One GB or 1 GB? Two rather died. They were. Nine 0 1 0 1. And the Nine 0 1 0 1. 6 7. Yes, sir. Alatra. Night with Rowan. One month. Satvik.